All right.
Welcome back.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Hollow Knight blog. This is Hollow Knight Silksong. Probably doesn't look like it, but we're going to get started right away. Time starts now. Woo!
So this is the sequel.
Okay. I wasn't sure whether my keyboard was working, and the Windows key is the easiest to test that.
Yeah.
So that's all good. But yeah, this is the long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight Silksong. We actually start time on when you load into this scene, but because we're using real time, it doesn't really matter, so that's all good. This is Act 1, Farloom.
Just like Hollow Knight, Chinese is the fastest language, so most of us will not be able to understand a single word that is being said on screen.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
There's a reason I said most of us.
But yeah, we're gonna get started. Normally we start with a autosave, so that we start with exactly 21 seconds on the clock, but it's fine. We're just basically gonna skip this. And we currently don't have anything, so the fastest way to move is like this. So I'm gonna be jumping as much as I can and pogoing. Notably, if I'm holding down and the direction that I'm moving when I land, I will get stuck. So to avoid that, I'm going to be letting go. Oh. Okay. Oops.
You're supposed to keep grabbing the... There you go.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to let go of the platform.
So some new mechanics in this game, you can now mantle, which is pretty cool. It's quite slow, so we don't want to do it where possible, but it does allow us to get to some heights. This is just a scripted cutscene that we basically want to pogo into, because using this specific crest, we go downwards diagonal, so we are able to move a little bit further when we pogo. And because of that, like, forwards momentum that we get, we move a little bit faster when we pogo. So I will note, this game is extremely difficult to speedrun, especially. It is extremely punishing, so I will be taking all available safeties to me, and I have some backup saves just in case. That said, I'm gonna try not to die.
You'll do great.
Hopefully. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going. The first area of the game is about like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about 10 minutes to get dash. And we're gonna do another pogo into this cutscene as well, just so that we minimize the amount of time that we have to walk forward while we are in this like Hornet is sick cutscene. And you definitely don't want to jump in this cutscene. It takes forever. Coming up on the first boss, this is Moss Mother. Or will be Moss Mother.
Yeah, so Hornet controls a lot differently to the Knight. One of the definitely key ways is how she heals. She instead of the Knight taking a portion, she takes basically her whole Silk gauge, thread gauge, but instead she heals for 3, which can be quite good, but also at times being able to having to use your entire Silk gauge to heal instead of being able to use it for eventual damage spells that we'll get shortly can be a little bit tricky, especially with how many enemies in this game love to do 2 masks of damage.
Oh yeah.
Especially early on.
So right there, I did some manipulations to get it to do like specific attacks. So I stood on the right so that it goes to the left, and then it will always go up into the roof, where I can just wail on it from below. And then I stand in this specific spot so that she attacks into the wall. And then what I tried to do is I tried to hit her and then get hit so that I would get carried with it, but I missed the hit. So like lost like half a second maybe, but otherwise pretty good fight.
I think we have a guest.
A friend.
A friend.
Til Mia igen. Den er Frank.
Luckily, mashing in this game is a lot better because you can actually just mash any of your ability buttons other than jump and nail, which helps a lot. There's a really long section of just platforming that's really not that interesting. So Nico, if you've got anything, go crazy.
Absolutely. I'll start. We have a $10 donation from Cass. God, I can't wait for this game to come out.
He would.
That's crazy.
I heard that it's because Cass was talking during the development and actually distracted them from being able to finish the development of that game. It's crazy.
Things move at a different pace in Adelaide.
So we're going to do hopefully a little trick here called Beast Flight Pogo. I did bench just in case because this is a mandatory trick for any percent. So we're going to carry up this little guy, and we're going to jump at about head height, and then Pogo up a little bit too low. It should be fine. I might be able to back it up. I just need you to... This guy is not cooperative at the best
There
times.
we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so there's actually quite a few, like, especially with how limited Hornet's mobility is, especially compared to the Knight, especially early on. We utilized a few times being able to kind of manipulate enemies into certain spots, especially flying enemies, to be able to poke off them at angles that allow us to get to places that we're either not quite meant to get to without skipping certain bosses, or just getting it a little earlier, like here.
We did a little slash there just to destroy the projectile that enemy threw at us. Saved a little bit of time.
The projectile is very notorious for chain hitting over and over again, especially.
Yeah, so we're going to challenge here, which is a new ability, and we're going to go down there, and we're going to Pogo, and
Nice. Get the first movement ability. Oh, no, first damage ability.
First damage ability, and only damage ability. Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Claw line
do a little
kind of
bit
counts as
damage,
both, actually.
but, yeah. So this is Silk Spear. This is the only, it's not a spell because we don't have spells in this game, but it's
kind of
a
a spell. Yeah.
It's not the only skill that we'll be picking up. It is the only main damaging skill that we will be picking up. Okay, that's fine. And we're going to be exiting this room. So that's what the Silk Spear looks like. And that's going to be our main damage dealer throughout this run, apart from our nail.
It does 2.5 times nail damage?
It does 3 times.
3 times.
Sorry. So my nail damage is currently 5, so we'll do 15. We're going to then upgrade our nail to 9, so we'll do 18. Sorry, 27.
I was gonna say.
I cannot do maths. This is Bellabeast. This is the second boss of the run. She's actually a lot more technical than you would think, so I'm going to try and be careful. That's an intentional damage, so I might die, but I'll try my best not to. Okay, that's just unskippable. Okay, that's perfect. I should be able to get a quick kill here.
Nice.
Okay, that's actually way harder than it looks.
Oh yeah.
You have to get the boss to exactly 80 HP and then do a specific combo on it so that it goes into its little like tantrum phase. However, after it does that little pop up from the ground where I did that combo, if you don't kill it, it will go into this really long attack animation where it loses like 15 seconds. So I'm really glad I got that.
Nice.
This is just a little movement segment that we have to get. This is a silk heart, which is effectively just gives us a little bit of silk for free whenever we don't have any silk. So we'll like generate on its own, and it just means that it makes some of the skills a little bit easy to use. So we only have to like hit an enemy 3 times in order to use Silk Spear. Can I turn my volume in my ears just up a little bit?
All of it?
No, just like my.
Oh, yep.
My mouth, my voice. Okay, so I don't actually know what is faster for RTA. We use IGT in this, so it removes loads. I think RTA it's faster to not quit out here, but I may be wrong because Hornet takes so long.
She's
to
having
get
a
up here.
snooze.
She's having a nap.
God, I wish that were me. Yeah.
True.
Well, it was just like Cerberus when we
unfortunately, we do not see the Bellabeast again. It's totally fine. We just don't like utilize it. It's our fast travel in the game, and we just don't need it. I'm gonna bench here just in case. We probably won't need it, but just to be safe. So now we begin probably one of the longest movement sections in the game. It feels longer, especially because we don't have dash yet, but we are on our way to get dash, so the game will speed up a little bit here. Hopefully. The other thing is that the downwards pogo like hitbox is actually really deceptive. It's really easy to accidentally like pogo into spikes like I did there, even though it looks like I was going to do that. You'll probably, well, hopefully you won't see that very much this run, but if I'm being honest, you'll probably see it more in the later sections of the game. We're going to go down here. This is the Marrow. or the famed Forest of Bones for any Silksong truthers out there. But we're leaving the Marrow now. We're going into Deep Docks. We go all the way through Deep Docks.
Yeah, don't you mean Farfield? Oh no, yeah, Deep Docks into Farfields. Yeah. I'm ahead of myself. My bad.
And in the next room, we're going to do a little pogo to skip an area. This is called Flintstone Pogo.
Hi Chakra, bye. Okay. Well, I was gonna say hi Chakra, bye Chakra, but hi again Chakra.
Okay, we're gonna reset that room. I do that pogo to save like a frame, but it's not worth it.
You would.
It's so not worth it. Okay, so we're just gonna lure this guy up here. Bonk, donk. Just like that. It's pretty simple. And now we are going over this lava. It doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it's more like hot coils.
Yeah.
If you stand still for too long, you will take damage. There are
doesn't really affect us because we're going to be doing this diving all the time anyway.
There are these little hopper enemies that kind of are illustrating that if you just hop around, then you won't take damage, which is pretty nice. And then once we get the dash, which also lets us sprint, if you are sprinting over those hot coils, you also don't take damage, which is quite nice.
So now we are entering the bottom of Hunter's March. This is an area, it's an optional area, but
For now.
people don't like it.
Optional for now.
So we're just gonna do this arena because it's required before dash.
And who doesn't love ants? We need that one Ant-Man promo where they're just slapping their knees and going, ants, ants, ants.
Oh, I forgot about that guy.
Oh,
Okay, that's fine, I guess.
I do also love, like, the ending of any arena fight like that will have that really dramatic slow-mo. And when you're fighting this, like, tiny little ant enemy, and it's just, you're smacking the ant and it just...
Luckily we get a heal here
Yeah.
for free when we pick up dash, so it's totally fine. Here we are.
Welcome to... we've been doing the speed pogo up until now, but now welcome to the speed run of this game, now that we can sprint and dash.
Yes, this is Swift Step, and the fastest way to move when you have Swift Step is to jump, down pogo, and then dash again. So it looks like this. So I am pressing in rapid succession Z, X, and C, because that's what my binds are. And now we're going to go and fight one of the main antagonists of this game, Lace. This is Lace 1. She's not too difficult, but I have been on a death streak to her recently, so I'll try and be normal. But it loses like very little time to die to her. Here she is.
Hi, Lace.
Hi, Lace.
You finished?
She basically taunts us and treats us like we're a lower being. Very arrogant Lace.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm sure it has no significance whatsoever.
So I was trying to dunk her into the lava there. If you dunk her into the lava, it actually does a really significant amount of damage to her, but it's really hard to control. So we'll try and dunk her wherever possible, but if not, then we just fight her.
How did that parry?
She has weird hitboxes from behind. This should be it.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
And then we killed her, and we'll never fight her again.
Yeah.
She's definitely not going to fly away. Beans. Why didn't you finish her off?
My bad. So you'll notice that we've been hitting these levers a little bit. These are activating these things called bells. There are 2 different ways to get into Act 3, and we have... Well, there's actually... Okay. There's a lot of different routes to this game.
You mean Act 2?
Yes. There's a lot of different routes to this game.
There's one way to get to Act 3.
Sorry. There's a lot of different routes for this game. I'm playing on the latest patch of the game. The boards are split by release patch, which is the first patch that came out when this game came out, and release patch, which is the most recent patch. It changes a couple of things. Notably, it's getting this skill that we're about to get, which is called the Drifter's Cloak. There's like 3 different cloaks in this game, and they're all different. But we have to do a quest for this, so we're just going to talk to this lady. She's called the Seamstress. Pick up this quest. We're going to go kill some enemies for it. But notably, in the release patch of this game, we do not have to do this quest. The game is beatable without the cloak, which was unintentional and therefore patched. However, it makes the game a lot harder. But yeah, there's a couple different ways to get into Act 2. I have chosen to do Bell's route, which is kind of like the generally agreed upon as like
The loosely more intended way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
There is the other route through an area called a sub area called the Mists. It does let you access into the Act 2 main sort of hub in a different way. However, being able to get through the Mists is very heavily RNG, and the more optimized Bell route is like a handful of seconds slower than a perfect RNG Mists, to the point where it's just kind of not worth it to it's just kind of not worth it to do the Mist route because of how much RNG that can be that can lose you so much time.
And there's like and there's an entire massive document. I cannot stress how big that document is on how the Mist works.
Shout out to Staxis for doing that like day 3, I think. It was crazy.
And like it's really intricate and neat to like talk about and learn, but it's also like
I can't skip this cutscene. I don't know why I'm
but the Mist is also just it's filled with some enemies that are less than ideal to interact with, let's say.
I mean,
and yeah, it can really kind of throw good paces, especially. And the Bell route's a little bit slower than like perfect, but also who's perfect.
So we're coming up to a pretty major skip.
Perfect. Yeah, grabs it perfect.
and you know what else? You know
We're trying
what else
to
is
skip
perfect?
this boss, basically. This is 4th chorus.
Hi, 4th chorus.
That's not
Yeah, I
gonna
was gonna
work.
say you don't have heal.
I don't do the
Oh, you don't do the heal version? Okay.
Maybe that was a mistake. I need those platforms back, buddy.
Yeah, so this is 4th chorus. We would usually not be fighting.
Okay, gonna quit out so we don't die. This is... I mean, it's not a required trick, but it saves a lot of time even if you fail it. And it's not, like, particularly difficult. The difficulty is that currently, as far as I'm aware, the rebinding software that we use for this game is broken. And as it turns out, we have to repress some... Oh, that was really close. I'm just gonna lock in and do it. That's not gonna work. That's too low. I'm gonna quit out.
Yeah.
There is another version of this that I can do that is really a lot easier, but it requires full silk. So what I might do is I might just go and get that. And then if I fail it, I can just do the backup.
Yeah, basically what we're trying to do is we're just trying to...
oh, right, it's over there. I'm silly.
Without the full silk, we're just kind of sort of trying to float just enough. And you'll notice as well that the camera doesn't quite move initially until we kind of get past a certain point. And with the heal, we're able to kind of stall in the air a little bit. And
there we go.
Nice, there we go. Yeah, so the heal lets us stall in the air, but just a little bit longer, which just makes that a little bit easier to kind of grab onto that ledge and being able to skip that boss entirely. It's a really cool fight, and like especially the way you can just, I think, kill it straight with damage, but it takes forever.
Yeah.
There's sort of a semi-intended quick kill for it. That's really cool, but it's also just faster just to
Alright, get your
jump
Shumadinks
past
ready.
it. Excuse me.
Shumadink!
Okay. That's not what I heard.
Okay.
No, that's why I was so confused. I was like, Violet, you can't say that.
Shumadink! Okay. So now we are heading up to Grainmore. This is sort of like the City of Tears area. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's a little pogo that we can do to save a little bit of time, but it's not mandatory. But yeah, this is what the Drifter's Cloak does. It allows us to float in mid-air, and if there is an upstream, we can catch it and go upwards.
What's upstream?
Not much. What's upstream with you?
Yeah. Notice how she didn't respond to either of us? Well, that's exactly a joke that you would make.
Rage bait.
Is it rage bait if it's accurate?
So this is Crawl Pogo. This is one of the harder tricks in this run just because it requires enemies to like line up perfectly. There's some manipulation for it, but... Okay. There is a backup that I can do, and I also benched outside, so it's not too bad. But hopefully... Okay, let's try the backup one time, and then if not, I'll just restart. Come on.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah. Another reason why the Drifter's Cloak is also just quite handy, because it can let you just kind of sit in the air a little bit, and especially when we're trying to get those pogos. You might have also noticed a little bit, as I was starting to mention earlier, when we hit the bells, there's usually like a long cutscene where the bell tolls and dings and goes through all the motions. If we leave the room and come back, it just sort of skips all of that and makes the exit that the bell would open available, as well as the bench that forms from there as well. So it'd be quite handy just to kind of go in and out real quick and save a lot of time there.
Little arena here. One of the main things that you're going to see me doing is like a, it's called a nail cooldown reset, where if I dash, my nail cooldown resets, and I can do kind of 2 nails in quick succession.
Actually, they're needles.
Okay.
The nail is from the knight in Hollow Knight.
Whatever, buddy.
Don't buddy me.
But yeah, the main thing that you're going to see me doing is like jump, and then needle, and then...
Thank you.
And then dash, and then needle again. Sort of like that.
I'm a menace. Why do you bring me onto this?
So we're coming up to the next boss called Morwing. I am just going to open this shortcut just in case. It's very inconsequential to open.
And this boss fight can kind of suck.
Yes,
it got nerfed.
It did get nerfed.
Which probably speaks a lot as to how much it used to suck.
But it does contact damage to masks, which sucks. But I'm going to try and block in. Never mind. Okay, good. We want it to go left, so it will hit this wall, and then I can just kind of wail on it in the corner.
For something as well,
Nope.
I will maybe hold off on saying that until you're done.
I'm just going to heal here.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, those attacks in particular used to do 2 masks of damage, which can really just make this scale, like this fight scale out of proportion, where you get hit by one too many things, and then it just sort of goes from there. Okay.
There we go.
You might have noticed a little bit there. Why we like, one of the reasons especially why we like Morwing being on the left-hand side like that is if the Silk Spear were to hit a wall, it kind of comes back to Hornet really quickly, which lets us kind of
allows us
move again and also be able to use things a lot.
It makes us, to speak in fighting game terms, it makes us actionable a lot faster.
Yeah.
But basically what we can do is if we hit the wall, we can nail again very, very quickly. So it saves a little bit of time if you like kind of bully an enemy up against a wall. Here we are in Shellwood. We're coming up on the next ability in the game, which is called Cling Grip. And that is going to allow us to grab onto walls and climb. I've collected a rosary string there. Normally in the any % run, we don't care about money, like, at all. For this run, I am going to take 1 safety bench that requires 40 rosaries. So that gives us 30, right? Oh,
yeah.
I haven't had that happen before.
Something seemed to be a bit wrong with Belhard.
I'm not sure what that was. Belhard looked perfectly normal to me.
I mean, they were just hanging around.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, quick little arena here with some stick bugs. A little bit of kind of foreshadowing of what boss might be coming up. But spoiler alert, we might not be fighting that boss.
We are not going to fight that boss because it's slow and it sucks.
It's really slow. And it sucks.
Yeah. Thankfully, this game retains the same style of Hollow Knight where, like, you are able to kind of skip things by pogoing enemies and, like, climbing up walls that you're not supposed to be at yet. The game doesn't really stop you, which is good because that's kind of like the in the spirit of Hollow Knight games, like, you want to explore and you want to be able to, like, skip not out of bounds necessarily, but into areas that you maybe shouldn't be in yet.
The number of people I know, myself and Violet included, that in like the first area of the game went to that left-hand side and we all fought that one like mini boss that took way too long when you expected to have dash.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah, so many people did. Look, if the game didn't want me to get there, then it shouldn't give me a chance to get there.
Exactly.
So we challenge this enemy because challenging actually aggroes enemies towards us. We're going to wait for it to go up just a little bit higher, and then we're going to jump on it, and that skips an entire boss.
Nice. Challenge is also nice because like enemies do kind of react a bit to the noise of you hitting like walls and stuff like that, but challenge actually kind of aggroes things a little bit further than what that like noise radius would be. So it can really.
Okay. We'll do it the long way around. That's a heal skip that we can do that saves a little bit. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Intended way.
That's fine, I guess. I just don't want to get hit anymore. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be really careful here. Okay, fine.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, certainly one of the downsides of requiring... you're supposed to only get 4 of those.
I just need a little bit.
Okay. Certainly one of the downsides of only being able to get a heal with full silk is that sometimes you just need one or two masks of extra safety, but because it requires your full silk and which will heal all 3, can sort of cause some dire moments where you're just trying to get that last little bit of silk just to heal.
So now that we have the Cling Grip, we are going to go and save Bellheart and obtain the Needlin, which is a required item to beat the game. Theoretically, if we found a way to get into Act 2 without using Needlin, we could skip it entirely and just leave Bellheart to be haunted forever, but that would be mean.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the game actually... Once we kind of enter Act 2, a lot of the Act 2 related moments that involve the Needlin that force Hornet into like a cutscene with the Needlin don't actually hard require the Needlin. It will make her use it regardless. But the ways... And you'll just do it even though you don't actually have the Needlin. The problem is that actually entering Act 2 requires you to personally manually use it, which is where the problem lies.
So this is Widow. She's not too difficult, but she's tricky.
Yeah.
And she can kill you very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that you'll see me do is that when you dash attack, you go upwards, and you can do that to attack twice very quickly. Oh, okay. That's not very nice, buddy.
Yeah, you can also kind of... The diagonal bells that they send at you can actually kind of like hit them away, which can be kind of handy. Nice.
Oh, and I have enough to heal. That's beautiful.
Perfect.
Oh.
The fact that that attack continued was a little rude.
It can, and I should have known that.
Yeah.
She's gonna... Okay.
Oh, yeah. The bells like to bounce around on the walls, and turns out there are some flaws in those walls. And the bells love to be around and be a nuisance.
That's okay. My estimate does provide for some deaths, so I should be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But yeah, that is a lot of the bosses in this game are very easy to just like autopilot and then, suddenly I'm dead. And it sucks a lot. But luckily this boss is not too far away. We are on a little bit of a cycle here, so I do just have to be careful, and then I can take intentional damage here. And then the good thing about this game is that when you die, when you get back to your regular area, you get full silk again. I'm gonna have to wait to heal because otherwise she'll yell and hit me out of it.
Me when I yell and hit my enemies out of healing. You know, when that happens.
Yeah.
Very regular occurrence.
It happens in the first Sinner fight.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, much like Hollow Knight, hit the enemies. Oh,
That's not very nice at all.
hitting enemies, hitting bosses, especially sort of enough time in quick succession can kind of cause them to stagger, which can be a great opportunity to heal, especially with how much faster these fights are.
Okay, this time I'm fine. Yep, okay.
Silksong is a much faster paced game, and so finding the right moments to stop dealing damage and to heal is very crucial, especially when so many of these bosses do multiple masks of damage. Is that Belle coming back again?
She is always gonna do that crawl. She should be really close. Yeah, there we go.
Not that you would have died from that one. No. You would have had an extra hit, but like, yeah, that was
it's
very cinematic
really
death.
Funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the main memes from this game was just like everything just throws a million projectiles at you. It's almost like you're playing a bullet hell. So if you remember that one image of like Willem Dafoe looking up, like really scared, that's basically this entire game. So yeah, now we are done with Widow. We're gonna be in this cutscene again.
Probably a good time for some donations.
Yes. If we could get one quick donation.
Sure thing. One quick donation it is. We have $5 from Input Evolution. Thank you, Team Cherry, for inventing Yuri.
So true.
So true.
It's toxic Yuri, but you know, it's
It's fine.
That platform will grow back. It's fine. No. Okay. Well.
All right. See ya.
Look, I'm fairly sure. I'm fairly sure by the end it will eventually become wholesome.
It's still pretty toxic.
I think true ending, it's pretty wholesome.
Yeah, but like, Lace would be enough of a brat that it's still like a little bit of toxic Yuri.
You're so right.
So I have a really long wait here where I just do nothing, but thankfully I came prepared with some entertainment. All right,
Hey.
check this out. All right, check this out. All right, let's see.
Here, I'll open a pocket at the same time.
All right, nothing. This set has guaranteed hits, so maybe. Okay.
What was it?
That's an SIR.
Oh,
Nice. Let's go.
That's an SAR. Steven's Metagross. That's
Thank
awesome.
you, Steven. Shout outs to Steven and his Metagross.
That's crazy. I don't have a sleeve on me. Good bit.
Yeah, that's
good
sick.
bit. Anyone want a Japanese Lily's Clefairy EX?
Yo, yes.
Sure. Oh, and a lightning hollow.
Anyway, so back to Silksong.
Back to Silksong.
So now we've saved Bellheart. And honestly, one of the nicest things about saving Bellheart is we get a free needle upgrade.
Yes.
First one's free.
The Bellheart citizens are so grateful for us saving them that they're like, it's on the house, buddy.
No, the house you get later.
True.
You do actually also get a house in Bellheart.
Yes.
After enough side quests completed.
Cherry has realized that Silksong is actually about fulfilling the dreams of millennials everywhere, which is owning a house.
Woo! very muted woos for owning a house, as it should be.
So we're going to go into Bellheart here. Because this text appears, we are unable to interact with anything, so opening the menu and closing it really quickly actually gets rid of that text, which is really, really nice. Good thing about being on latest patch, you can skip that cutscene. Can't normally do that. Take that, release patch runners.
The one cutscene.
Yeah, it's literally one cutscene and then it saves like 4 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to backtrack through Shellwood here because the next area that we need to get to is the Blasted Steps, and that is at the very top left of Shellwood. So if you remember Hollow Knight, you'll know that a lot of it is about traversing downwards. Thematically, Silksong is about traversing upwards, so I guess the next game will be about going sideways. Congratulations to Team Cherry for inventing the 4th dimension.
Actually, no, it'll be traveling forward. It'll be a 3D game where the character actually travels towards
is running towards you as fast as she can.
while the knight is running backwards.
Yes.
It'll be a two-person mandated co-op game where one of you runs backwards and one of you runs forwards at all given moments of time.
So this is the last bell that we need to hit in order to
Ding
enter
dong.
Act 2. I am going to sit on this bench just in case, just for that one extra HP, because there are one easy trick and one very difficult trick that I really don't want to have to do again. So I'm going to buy a bench afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it just sucks.
Welcome to the Blast. Speaking of sucks, welcome to the Blast Steps.
Yes, this area is like a wasteland, and the main gimmick is that there's wind. We're gonna hopefully skip a large area. Hello?
Hi.
Hopefully do a pretty big
Nice.
skip there. Yep, cool. That skips a whole bunch of platforming.
Yeah.
And here we're gonna do another skip just to get up a little higher than we're supposed to by pogoing off this guy. Just like that, and now comes the dreaded wall jump. This wall jump is incredibly precise, and I really don't... Okay, get out of my way, buddy. Please! You have to get a really tight, like, tiny jump off of this.
There we go.
No. Okay. So we're trying to grab this little tiny bit of ledge that's right there. The wind is gonna help me.
Nice. Shoutouts to wind.
Truly shoutouts to wind.
Unless you have long hair, then I take it back. I do not want to shout out for wind.
Yeah, I hate the wind.
Yep.
But I really don't want to have to do that again if I die, so I'm gonna go and get this bench here. Loses about 30 seconds to get, and it costs 40 bucks, which is why I got that rosary shard right there, so I can break it, and then I have 40 bucks.
We could stay a little higher to the bell beast to the left, but that also costs money, and money I don't think we have anymore.
No, we are completely broke. We are flat broke at this point. And we have... Shoutouts. But it's fine because we do not need any more money for the rest of the run. We're going to poke off this guy so we can get a little
Nice.
higher.
Ding dong.
And we are coming up on one of the gatekeepy bosses of the game. This is Last Judge. It is literally gatekeeping.
And there's some gas that's going to be lit too.
And she is kind of a gold.
She's kind of a go boss, yeah.
I'll be real. So if we didn't hit all 5 bells, these bells would not ring, which would make the run just dead. So thankfully, we're fine. And unfortunately, these guys are not long for this earth. But that's okay. Here we go. Bye-bye.
They maybe or may not be missed.
It's okay, they're taking a nap.
Yeah. Down the bottom of Blast Steps. Yeah, so once it kind of...
Oh, come on.
Once it sort of phases to phase 2, it starts adding fire to a lot of its attacks, which makes them a lot more deadly and makes the spin a lot more deadly.
I really want her to stagger.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
fine.
why.
That's why we got the bench.
That's why we got the
so
bench.
it's all good.
Hi,
Sharma!
Just Shrammer is just a little guy.
So the Last Judge canonically does not attack not sinners, and Sherma makes their way into Act 2. So canonically, Sherma is not a sinner and has not committed any sin,
Yeah.
which is accurate.
It is accurate.
Oh,
Ow!
that's actually kind of annoying.
Yeah, because a lot of the bosses are, like, deal contact damage 2 hit, the math actually works out so that now I die in 2 hits instead of 3.
Yeah.
So that sucks, but it's fine because the first phase is kind of a pushover. And I get full solid
Yeah.
heals, so should be alright. Come on.
At least now the math checks out that you can heal.
True. I'm gonna heal now.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's
That
something...
attack is really good.
Yeah, there are certain attacks that are a lot more punishing, like a lot more attacks that we can punish, I should say, and a lot others that are not quite as much, but we take what we can get.
I don't like that one.
This one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, come on, stop doing that.
The last judge just knows that it's a speed run, so they're doing the dash. Yeah, so in phase 3 here, this spinny attack gets kind of multiple waves, only for the first one, then it tuckers her out. And the future ones don't, thankfully.
She is like really close to dead.
Very nice.
And we stay far away from her because now she explodes and you can absolutely die in those explosions. So we stay as far away as her as possible, and then this door will automatically open if we are close to it.
It's kind of just a nice little side benefit, the fact that she died to the far left, which meant we could just kind of hug the right wall ready for Act 2.
Yes.
And not have to worry about the explosion. That can, and very well, yeah, like the explosion also hits you multiple times. So even if you have more than just 2 masks of health, you can get caught by that and just die from like close to 4 or 5 masks.
Yes, and there are plenty of clips of people online being like, oh, I beat the boss, and then they stand in that explosion and Team Cherry gives like one final haha. But that's not going to be me. That could never be me. That actually didn't happen to me because I'm goated, so it's fine.
I learned way too late in the game that you could smack these with your needle to like move them. I waited until I got double jump to do this puzzle.
Me too.
I messed up. That's fine. You're normally meant to do this puzzle way later, but we do it to get into an area a little bit earlier than we are intended to, because you're intended to go down a little bit from here. But here we're just going to go right up to the top of the Citadel, because the aim of this game is to get to the very top of the Citadel, and we are going to get there, and the game is going to tell us, hey, you need 3 melodies to enter here, and we're going to go and get those 3 melodies. I forgot where I was going for a second there, but I am going to go and get this safety bench again. This game is very punishing and very hard, and everything does double damage, and it sucks, but it's fine. Coming up on the Cogwork Dancers, which is like a fan favorite boss very quickly, very reminiscent of the Mantis Lords in Hollow Knight.
It's very methodical.
Yes. They play on a melody. Thematically, it's a waltz, but in time signature, it's actually in 4/4. So thanks, Christopher Larkin, I guess.
Do you think he did that just to mess with them?
I think he did that to mess with me specifically.
Welcome back, Liz.
So she's gonna come back.
The return of Toxic Yuri.
She's like, you suck. And then we're like, have you heard of Ligma? And then she runs away.
She's like, you suck. And Horner's like, you're the child of a god. And she's like, yeah, you're right.
She's like, did you know Steve Jobs died of Ligma? So we're going to use that guy to get up a little higher. We have a lot of climbing to do.
Yeah.
So this is a very long movement section that's very, very tight. So I'm going to try and lock in as much as I can.
Very nice music, though.
Oh, it's
very atmospheric.
I listen to this to go to sleep sometimes. It's really, really nice. Jump over these guys because they spawn and they can hit you. We're on a cycle in this room, so I'm going to try and catch it on that. And then we're going to do some spike pokers, just like this. Too close. Because the pogo, like, physically moves you downwards. Yeah, there we go. That's not the last one. Now we're in the attic, and we're going to dive out of the attic. That's what it's called in my splits. Just pogo out of that. And then there's one more spike pogo that we need to do right here. I held down by accident. That, buddy. That's not nice.
Oh, really?
This is scary.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't know what to do here.
I was really hoping you would
get it. Full soul? Yeah, me too.
Oh!
Okay. That's why we got the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
movement is very tricky, and Yeah.
What's really cool about this is now that we've done that lace cutscene, enemies will get in our way when they weren't previously. But that's fine because it means we can collect a little bit of soul on the way, which means I can heal. Okay, normally I poker that guy.
Our cocoon will give us full soul. Remember?
Yes, but if I get hit on the way.
Yes, on the way. Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That guy is no longer there, so I have to go up the old-fashioned way. Just like that. And then this guy is always too slow to wake up, so it's fine.
Me.
Get one hit off that guy.
I say when I've had like 2 8 AM starts this week.
That's not very nice of my keyboard.
You can't even blame our tech this time. This is yours.
No, that's why I bring my own, because I'm part of the tech team.
Yes. Anyone could.
Can you? Oh my god, it's stuck on the spikes. Ah!
The rosary?
No, look at the dead body. Please.
There we go. Oh.
I'm gonna heal here.
Yeah.
If I can.
And you'll get pulled back. That's fine.
And there will be a cocoon here. Okay, that's fine-ish. Can you get out of the way? There we go.
Nice.
So there is a quick kill that you can do for the first phase of the boss, but because I am so low on health, I was so low on health, I think I'm just gonna play it safe. This is Cogwork Dances. So they're gonna oh no wait, I can actually do the quick kill, possibly. So they are gonna scream right away. I'll at least be able to get one spear off, which is good. So we're gonna stand here.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting as well on this boss in particular. While there are 2 targets, they don't actually share a health pool, or at least like kind of the phases. They have individually a separate set of health bars, and so we want to be really focusing all of our attacks on one of them to make each phase go by as fast as possible. And usually when they do that attack, they kind of go back to where they were. So Pilot will know where.
I think I have lost track.
You're still hitting the right one.
I think so.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Come on. That's so slow.
Should be soon, I think.
I just don't want to use my soul because I want to heal.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So now they're going to be out of sync because this is the third and final phase. Not final phase.
Third and final real phase.
Yeah.
Third happy phase.
The third happy phase.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Oh. They can sometimes just really get in your way.
Nice.
Very good.
So the fight's not technically over. I have seen people die in this phase. Yeah.
Only in practice. No one saw me do it.
But
it's fine.
Yeah. So now the second dancer no longer has a buddy, and it's really sad and really slow.
And Doomed Yowie.
They are actually canonically both men. So
we have Toxic Yowie, Toxic Yuri, and Doomed Yowie.
Normally I quit out when my splits split, but I don't have my splits, so I'm just gonna play it a little safe and quit out a little later.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That image means that I definitely got it.
Yeah, you got this.
There's gonna be a cutscene here that I have to do. So this is the elevator to the final boss, and just like Hollow Knight, we have to collect 3 things to open this door. So
No way.
if there was some way to get interaction storage with this door, we could theoretically skip to the final boss. Without having to do any of this collectathon stuff, but unfortunately we can't. So here's one of the hardest platforming rooms in the game.
But it's accompanied with really cool music.
Oh, it's really cool.
I love this song so much.
I don't hate it. I don't like it when I'm tilted and I've died like 15 times in my run.
Look, you're valid, but it's still a good song.
It is. There we go.
Yeah, so you might be...
Come on.
You might also notice that kind of Vi will... I believe the correct sequencing is as she's doing the kind of pogo dash.
No, that's not what I meant to do. That's like the #1 thing that you don't do. I'm so stupid.
As she does the sort of pogo dash, she can kind of have enough iframes from, I think, the pogo ending.
The pogo.
To be able to kind of clip through enemies. And so, while, yeah, it might look kind of sus and might look a little bit like no clip that we might have seen a little bit earlier, it is sort of, it is considered not a major glitch because it is just sort of using iframes where might not expect to, but it just, yeah, fully within the bounds of the game. Quick little arena here. It's not too bad usually, but it can trip you up sometimes.
It can go bad very quickly, like right now.
Yeah, especially these enemies don't die to much more than a Silk Spear. So when they line up in the air quite nicely, it'll be nice. Otherwise, it can be kind of annoying.
The issue is that no enemy in the back half of this game dies to a single Silk Spear.
Yes.
So you have to hit them at least once or twice, and it sucks a lot.
I can't think of this enemy anymore without thinking of the enemy randomizer clip that turned this guy into a tiny little pipsqueak.
Yeah.
And he starts playing like the tiny little bit of his sound effects, so it goes, get!
Shoutouts to Fireball.
Shoutouts to Fireball. So welcome to Library Land. That I forgot the actual, this is not House, obviously.
This is that one area.
Yeah, it's that area.
I'm playing in Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. You said you could read it.
Yeah, but I'm not paying attention.
Okay, well.
This is the Grand Archives. That's
it, yes. See, Library Land. I was close enough.
Yeah, pretty close.
And yeah, so there's quite a lot of things we could do here. And in fact, we do almost none of it. And we will just sort of speed on through right to sort of where the game wants us to kind of go to get one of the 3 melodies. They're very dreamlike melodies.
Yeah, they are.
Opening a little shortcut here and getting at a safety bench because the next boss
is like almost a troll boss.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of built similarly to another boss that was entirely designed to troll people in Hollow Knight called Great Prince Zert. He's built very similarly where he's like theatrical and he's like large and proud. And he really likes to troll you and just do the worst attack patterns.
Yeah.
But this is Trobio and he can
Yep. And I always stand by that Trobio is a theater kid swing.
Oh, yeah, you have to stand by that?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's like in the game somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably...
Doesn't he write, like, he writes a Doom diary, like...
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third act of this game, his character development is he listened to a little bit too much MCR.
Yeah. Or maybe not a little bit too much, like way too much.
There's no such thing as too much MCR.
You're right there.
You see, MCR just became his hyperfixation.
So he's just autistic.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes so much sense. Versus,
Come on.
I want to shut up. So
he trapped me there.
Yeah. That's kind of the issue. He has a lot of kind of, like, again, to kind of use other gaming terms a little bit, he has quite a lot of zoning techniques where he will love to kind of block off areas that you can't go, like with this attack or like with the balls that kind of do vertical or horizontal lines, like this one, and sort of preventing you from...
What the hell is this?
Preventing you from moving in certain ways while then doing attacks like that to catch you off guard, and it's a really mean boss at times.
He also has a voice line that sounds like him saying Hawk Tour for some reason. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but it's in the game, so. But this guy is voiced by, I think, Matthew Trobio? Yeah. Why am I healing? I'm not... Okay.
Now you're exorcist.
What is this?
Yeah. Welcome to Trobio.
And he's just dancing in the corner. I hate you. This attack sucks.
The fact with the really tiny whirlwind also hit you for 2 masks is just really rough, especially when your health math is.
Stop doing that!
Ooh, yeah, and they come at really weird angles too sometimes.
I'm like 99% convinced that this boss was designed as a troll.
I thought you were going to say just despite you specifically.
No, this is despite everyone.
Trobio! Nice stagger.
Trying to heal here,
Yeah.
because he's going to go into the floor no matter what. It's like a really bad spot to be in, but it worked out.
Yeah, you typically don't want to. Nice. You very typically don't want to. And just like the theater kid, he very exaggerates his death. His death.
If you run into this room fast enough, you'll see him raise his head and then realize you're there and then like lie back down again. It's really funny.
So he drops a charm keepsake that we could pick up. We're not going to.
It loses time to pick up, and it's not particularly useful either. So
Yeah. It's fun in a casual playthrough. Basically, it creates a bit of a damaging aura, similar to the bombs that he was doing in the fight. Every time you were to heal, which can have its benefits, especially with one of the optional crests in the game, especially. But yeah, it sort of just doesn't really have its use in the any % run at the very least, or any run, I don't think really. Because I think there are just better damaging options in
maybe
other
in
categories.
Hunter, but
I mean, Hunter just goes for Volt.
yeah, but you
Stealth.
at least get the Witch Crest.
Yeah, fair. So now we're below the Citadel. We're up to get our last movement ability for the run. Not last movement ability in the game. Much similar to Hollow Knight's 80%. We won't be getting the double jump. But we will be getting the Clawline ability, which lets us move horizontally very fast. Also can go towards enemies, so it can be a good gap closing tool in fights, as well as lets us latch onto these rings that are around the world, and also pull the chain on them as well to open some doors and whatnot. You'll be fine. You're fine. Just play the game. Don't look at the time.
So there's an arena at the end of this, but we're going to do a little skip to get up there a little faster than having to go all the way around. I'm going to try and lure this enemy nearby so I can... Yeah, nice, he's there. I can farm a little bit of soul off of him.
Nice.
And now he's going to die.
Oh.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, usually those enemies get knocked enough back with the clawline to not hit you with their explosion, but...
I only hit one of them.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Thankfully, we do, I believe, have a hard save at the clawline.
We do have a hard save at the clawline, but the issue is I have no silk, so I have to do the long way.
Yeah.
This actually loses a fair bit of time. Oh! That's fine.
You'll get it back, yeah.
What am I doing? I need to go up there, and then I get the silk back here.
Yeah, so clawline will take one of the little notches of silk, which is especially handy why the silk cards sort of exist in the game, or certainly one of the reasons why. Kind of always being able to have a minimum amount of silk at all times, kind of forced by the game, means that you can always print clawline, even if it's a little slowly. There are additional silk cards you can get in the game, but not... We'll get one of them in the run, just by the fact that it's through the story. The third one is optional and won't be gotten in the run. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's not a very difficult arena, it's just...
Yeah, it can trip you up though. Like most of this game, because things just deal so much damage.
Exactly.
Like small mistakes can kind of just cascade into bigger ones as well, and then get you hit multiple times. And when those multiple times hit you for 2 masks each, then you only have 5 masks, and it can just snowball. Yeah. Now we have all the movement that we will be getting in the enemy percent. So Vi will be moving quite...
That's not the movement. Why? I did that in practice too.
Vi will be moving quite efficiently throughout the rest of this.
Maybe.
Maybe. Please don't die.
I'll play it safe.
Yeah, that's smart.
I also did this in practice. There we go. I'm just gonna try really hard not to get hit in this section, but if not, it's fine.
Yeah, this is one of... Well, this will lead us to this item that we get, which we can only really access through trivia and all that. There isn't...
Please leave me alone!
Alright.
Okay, we're fine.
Finishing that thought. There is sort of another way to get to this sort of section of the Citadel, but it involves going through the other route that we mentioned, the Mists. And it's very... It doesn't really save a lot of time. There is a way to skip Trobio himself, but there's a major glitch, so we're not going to do it in this category.
Okay, we're fine now.
Yeah.
There's a bench here, so that's all good. I'm honestly surprised I didn't...
Coming into that room was...
Yes.
Sketch.
Sure was.
While we're sitting here learning the melody, I think there would be a good time for a donation or two.
Brilliant, I'd be happy to. So we have $20 from Havra, simply saying, Trobio!
Trobio!
And as an Adelaidean, and as Chad has also pointed out, I feel compelled to point out that the voice actor is Matt Trobiani, but, you know, you made an effort.
Oops.
When even the donators are saying you made an effort.
Oh no, that was me.
Oh, that was you?
me.
Oh, okay.
Our donors are nice people.
That at least, yeah. It's only our event team that's calling you out.
Thank you, Havra. Havra, the famous host of If You Are the Runner.
So now we're sort of heading back. With the core line, we can now gain access to the other two melodies. They are both situated in the Citadel. I guess technically one of them is like in Cogware Core, but just it's all connected.
That's not the way to go.
Yeah, so pretty much the main thing that was kind of blocking our path before were those ring-like, I don't want to say ring-like, they're rings on the wall that the claw line lets us grab onto. This one here will kind of activate the door. The one a little bit later on will just let us sort of progress, like traverse throughout the high halls, but that's a little bit later. So this section has some really cool movement that Vi will, I'm sure, be doing. Kind of being able to skip a lot of sort of how you're intended to, well, fairly intended to get through the area by utilizing...
Please let me up.
Game, please.
There we go.
There we go. Very nice.
That's not the hard part.
Yeah, that's not the hard part, but...
Ah!
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, we have the cloak, so I can air stall.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay,
fine.
The cloak lets us, yeah, sort of delay ourselves in the air to let that silk heart regenerate our silk to be able to claw line again. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, so you're sort of expected to sort of ride these rings throughout the whole area here, but that's slow, and we can just kind of utilize the claw line to bounce off all of those cogs. Very nicely done. Uh-oh.
That's fine.
So the sequence, this puzzle here is actually the same every time. So doing the same sort of hits on each lever will cause it to finish the same, and then we can just sort of do that same. We don't want to sit here waiting for it to finish, so we just leave the room, come back, and then we can get the next melody.
Okay. We do have time for another donation here. If you have any, because this is just a long old cutscene.
No other donations to read right now, but I might just let everyone know that we have some prize bundles to give away. Quite a few different Steam bundles, so depending, if you give away at least $10 minimum, then you can get the bundle consisting of Zebulon, A Lost Cat, and Pico Mix, both by Nusan. For $30, you can get either the Supergiant Games bundle with Hades, Hades 2, and Transistor, or alternatively, you could win the Steam Variety bundle, which has RuneQuest Warlords, Hades, and Pico Mix. Finally, if you've donated at least $50, you could get the Ultimate Steam bundle, which has every single one of those games previously listed. So
it's a lot of games.
Yeah, it's a lot of games. So thank you very much to Supergiant Games, Portico Games, and Chaosium. It's always nice being able to give away excellent games to people. More people can get a chance to enjoy these classics.
Absolutely. Yeah, so now we're leaving kind of Cogway Core, and we're going to be heading to...
Hello? I pogoed, but that's fine. We get a heart save here, so I just got to do
So we'll
that
be
again.
returning to Cogway Core, and then we'll be proceeding to leave Cogway Core again.
That's not the movement.
And then, yeah, we'll be heading to what I'm sure everyone's favorite part of the game was, the High Halls Arena.
True.
And if you thought it was hard when you had a lot of masks and you had a lot of damage, well, 80% kind of doesn't have a lot of that. So, but Violet will make it look easy, I'm sure.
We'll see.
Violet will make it look easy, I'm sure. Am I right? See? Everyone else agrees.
I'm sorry we don't save any fleas.
There's
during this
like
run.
no, so yeah, there was a route that was found that for a brief moment it was considered a little faster until certain optimizations were found, where instead of kind of traversing manually to Greymoor and then fighting Big Bird, Moorwing, thank you, we save 5 of the fleas, which then send the flea caravan to where Moorwing would be, skipping that boss fight entirely and kind of taking us right to Belheart. But it, yeah, through certain optimizations, ended up not being faster. But it was a bit of a shame to lose out on the trees.
The run.
This room's really cool.
Whee! Very nice. It's okay. The fleas are with the grubs.
You're so right. And what sound did grubs make?
So I would be literally insane not to bench here. We're gonna give this 1 or 2 tries, and then I'll probably load a backup save, if I'm being honest, so that I don't put the marathon a million years behind schedule, but it's fine.
Yeah, so this is a required arena, and is a very notorious one at that. It's easily, I think, the longest in the game. And at the amount of gear you typically have when you access it, it is probably considered the hardest, especially the most endurance test of them all. There are certain arenas that are accompanied by a boss fight at the end, which to some might be a little bit trickier. This one thankfully only has enemies. Well, some of the enemies you fight in there basically feel like mini boss fights in and of themselves. So
yeah, it's no Growl, but it's... Oh.
It's no Growl, it's no Carmelita, but it's still a rough one.
I forgot about Carmelita, actually.
Yeah, Carmelita took me...
Me too.
I funnily enough found Carmelita the easiest, because I just played the Flora's Lava challenge.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so there's a lot of tricky enemies in here as well, especially these guys that love to send these little cockflies at you. Nice.
They are easily my least favorite enemy in the game.
So here is one of these big guys. One of the said mini bosses. One of them, not too bad. Can trip you up sometimes with how fast they can move, and how much area they can cover, especially. Especially that kind of forward slam attack can really catch you off with how much further it looks like it's going to go. One of them, it's just kind of slow and steady, and you'll get there. It's about to get much worse, at least with those guys. Oh. A lot of enemies that also love to parry you as well, which is just especially annoying to have your hits not count for damage either. I will shut up and let you focus for a bit. Nice. Okay, here comes the last part. There's 2 of these guys now. Jesus. One of them's down, nice. First try!
Guys, we might finish under.
Like I said, you'll make it look easy, right?
Sure.
That is, yeah, no, that, it probably, like, it, even though she did make that look easy to a degree, like, it is still terrifying and looks terrifying and is terrifying, and it is certainly it's certainly the thing I dreaded the most trying to learn this run for the first time, and you can fall into certain patterns where just kind of get cascading effects of deaths, and I've seen that split take like upwards of 16 minutes sometimes just to complete it.
Luckily, because I'm at full health, we don't have to quit out here, which actually does save like 15 seconds.
You still gonna grab the bench?
Not the lower bench.
Okay.
There's no point.
Yep.
It actually takes forever to activate.
Yeah.
And we got stuff to do.
We do have stuff to do.
But yeah, the robots are going to be singing for a while here, so we just got some time to chill and relax before probably the hardest like boss in this game. If you don't consider High Halls Arena a boss, I would consider this to be the hardest boss in the game.
Very tricky.
This is Lace 2. She's very fast. She does 2 hits of damage on almost every hit, not on contact, but she does like double swings, which can double hit you. She's very quick, she's very small, which makes it really difficult, and she loves to hang out in the air. So I'm going to try my best. If not, I do have a backup save again outside of this boss, I think.
No, you do, I remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
So we should be okay. That said, this boss is also very easy to chain die to. So I'll just try my best to play it safe while also showing off some of the faster strats for this. But yeah, going up to the cradle now, got this elevator. It's actually faster the very first time that you do it because you can skip this cutscene and then she doesn't talk to you. But yeah, here we go. I need to jump there. There we go.
Yeah, she also likes to react to... I might actually just let you focus on this one.
Healing here is fine. Oh. She might scream here, so I can heal.
Nice.
Oh. That's really bad. She should scream soon, but she's gonna jump off the edge. Yep.
Nice.
She's gonna combo. Not the parry again. Alright.
Maybe it's load critical save.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, Lace 2. We don't have time for that.
You saw most of the fight anyway.
Yeah, you saw most of the fight. I got to the final scream, which is whatever. Then there's like this movement section and blah, blah, blah. Oh no, Lace is dead.
Totally.
She's not.
Woo! Why didn't we just do that from the beginning?
Be
an hour underestimated. No, High Halls was fantastic. Be proud of that.
Yeah, I absolutely will be. Here we are coming up to the final boss of the game. She's not actually that difficult. She's kind of just a marathon. What am I doing? That's not the movement.
She does have one of, I think, like one of two, three mask damage attacks in the game. And it is relatively simple to avoid. Also, that's handy to have.
Yes, yeah. The movement was different because I'd gone up there already.
Yeah.
But
it can be relatively easy to avoid, but if you do get caught by it, obviously 3 masks plus 2, which she will do a lot of 2 mask damage, can catch you dead pretty quickly. Welcome to Grandmother Silk. This is that attack. Yeah, if you get caught by those, you take 3 masks of damage. And it's also a really long attack too, so it can waste a lot of time to sort of get by that more than just taking the masks. Then you would have to heal as well. Thankfully, because she is just so big, you can kind of continue pogoing and attacking off of her body to continue hitting her more. She also doesn't do contact damage, which is quite nice. Okay, so that was a little fake out here, so it's not quite over yet, but entering phase 2. Look, Hornet's just dimming, it's fine. Nice, stagger. I think, oh, okay. Should be it soon, I believe. There we go, nice.
So time will be as soon as this cutscene starts. I just gotta mash bind a whole bunch.
And then nothing bad happens at all.
Nothing bad.
Definitely don't worry about the fact that Hornet is absorbing this silken god power and maybe might be corrupting herself a little bit.
And time.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
HHA was great.
But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This game is really, really cool, but it's really, really hard. If you're interested at all, please join the Discord. But otherwise, stick around for Kingdom Hearts Final Run in the Marathon.
There we go.
Thank you and congratulations. We have $10 donation from the Pizza Doctor. On your AusSpeedruns, speedrunners these days are always Silk Day songs. Thank you for waiting, everybody. We have one final run to finish the marathon off. Kingdom Hearts Final Mix by Nintendo. Please take it away.